take a good seat. Let those sitting bones get rooted, pull the flesh away from the sitting bones so they're really grounded. From that place of your pelvis, let the spine be long. Chin is parallel. Take the shoulders up towards the ears, soften them back and down, and gently place your hands on your thighs. And then slide them back just a little bit so you can really lift up through your heart space. Make that little internal scan of the body, noticing if there are parts of your body you need to offer that compassion toward, not pushing through pain, being present with what is, and staying here in the moment. Try to let go of any stories of what happened before you came or what's to happen when you leave. Just be here in the present, completely yoked and connected to your practice today. The practice of connection begins with yourself, being able to stay present with what is, through that sense of courage, being authentic to yourself, wholeheartedly compassionate, and embracing that vulnerability of, yeah, this is me. I am enough. And invite the eyes to close as you begin to deepen your breath. Softening the belly so that each breath in, the belly can round, side ribs expand, chest broaden. A beautiful prana, that life breath, that energy. Breathing full breath in, I am. Exhaling enough, or fill in whatever works for you. What do you need today? What do you want to soak into your yoga practice today? And make it already happen. So you breathe in, I am, and then fill in the blank. Couple more beautiful breaths in, using the breath throughout your practice today. Connect mind, body, breath in everything you do in practice today. Be fully connected to your practice. Bring the hands to the heart. And let's connect ourselves together into the universe with the sound of Om. And even though we might not be able to hear each other, we'll know that those sounds eventually will join together. So exhale fully, inhale. And a beautiful sound of silence that follows it, calm. Bow your head to your heart. Lower your hands down to your thighs and gently blink your eyes open and lift your head. And let's just start to roll those shoulders as we begin our flowy breathing, authentic practice today. So inhale, exhale, breathe in and breathe out. One more full breath in and out. Fingertips on the shoulders as we start to warm up the shoulder joints. Lifting those elbows as high as feels good in your body. So can you really feel those sensations? Listen to what your body is saying to you today. What does your body need today in this practice? Breathe in and out. Open the arms out to the side. Rotate from the top of the shoulder. You're getting a lot of movement in those shoulder joints. Good. Rounding. Bring those elbows into the side body, palms face up, crisscross the arms over top of each other, A little movement in that rotator joint, while at the same time, pay attention to the back body. Do you notice your shoulder blades drawing toward each other when you open your hands out to the side? Good. One more time each way, crossing the hands a different direction each and every time. Good. Now take the arms out to the side, reach the arms up overhead, root down through the sitting bones, draw that energy from the earth and use that to grow the spine longer, reach the fingertips even higher, draw the belly in, feel this beautiful mountain pose, Urdhva Asana, and then lower that left hand down and crescent over toward the left side, really rooting down through the right. And let's flow with this as we inhale, lift, and exhale, crescent. Inhale, lift. Just like a tree is rooted and connected to the earth, imagine the roots coming from your sitting bones, connecting you, grounding you, and allowing your branches to wave like a willow tree. If you can picture that willow tree on the side of a little lake or a pond, now stay crescented over to the side and turn the torso toward the earth. And a little pause here as you stretch through the back sides of the ribs. And then come back to center, reach the arm up overhead and take it out to the side to a big Y. Press the back of the hand away from you, pressing back behind you, and then crescent over again as you really find that stretch from where the arm connects to the shoulder and soften that left shoulder down. One more breath here. I'm back up to sitting, reach the arms up overhead again, get a little more length in the spine, full breath in here. Then as you exhale, lower the right arm down to that right side and crescent over in that direction. And then again, as that willow tree blows. And I was with my mom having lunch at Charleston, and it's full of cherry trees and crabapple trees. And we were sitting looking out the window, and it looked like a blizzard out there. Now all gone, just get to enjoy the greenery. Stay over on that side, turn the torso toward the earth, feeling that stretch across the back of the left ribs. Reach the finger a little bit further to really open up through those side ribs, that QL muscle. And then turn back toward the front, lift the arm up overhead and walk it back behind you, pressing the back of the hand away from you. And then take yourself to another little crescent as you open up really deeply between where the arm and the shoulder connect. One more breath here. And then both arms up overhead again. Interlace the hands and press the palms in front of you. Chin to the chest, round the back body. As you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Lift and press up toward the sky. Full breath in here, exhale, press down into your cat posture, pressing the palms forward, chin to the chest, rounding the back. Breathe in as the palms reach toward the sky, lift and lengthen the spine. One more time, exhale, cat. Inhale, open heart. And reach the arms down by the side. Roll the shoulders out. 2 and 3. Beautiful. Take your right hand to your left knee. Left hand's going to sweep back behind you as you twist toward the left. Light on the fingertips, spine's tall, chin is parallel. Full breath in, full breath out. Reach the arms up overhead, twist back to center. Finding the left hand, bring the left hand to the right knee. Right hand comes back behind you. Full breath in. Full breath out. Now in a flow, reach the arms up overhead. Right hand comes in front, left hand comes in back. And then as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead again. Left hand comes in front, right hand goes behind. One more time each way. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the right. Good. And then come back to center. Both hands together, palms together, lower the hands down to the heart. Those beautiful spinal movements. Lift your knees up, take your feet as wide as the mat, and maybe a little bit wider. Come up on the heels of the feet, hands come behind you and press the hands into the earth. Get a nice little stretch here. And then start to slide the heels down as you hinge forward just a bit to start that first hamstring stretch of the day. Good. Come back to neutral, bend the knees. This time hinge forward first and then slide the heels down. Straighten the spine back up one more time. Bend the knees, lengthen the spine, hinge forward, and slide the heels down. And if it works for you, walk your hands in front of you, slowly out in front of you. A little more stretch into the hamstrings and in the lower back. Keep pressing out through the heels of the feet. And then if it works and it feels okay in your back, go ahead and just gently round the back. Allow the crown of the head to release toward the earth. And just pause here for a moment. And then walk your hands back. Take your hands under your knees, lift your feet up, walk them back into the center. Hands back behind you, come back up on the heels of the feet and start to rock the knees side to side. If you need a little more space, give yourself a little more space. What we're looking for here is a stretch in the outer hips. So if you feel something that feels really good, just stay and pause there for a moment. If you have that SI instability, this may not feel so great and might create a little bit more instability. So you may want to just rock a little bit side to side, not go too far. And one more time each way. Feel that outer thigh stretch. Good. And then bring the hands back behind the knees for a little bit of boat pose here. So hands behind the thighs, roll the shoulders back, come up on the heels of the feet. Hinge back, stay right here, or lift opposite arm leg. Keep that belly engaged, draw that belly in deep, and then go to the other side. Keep doing that, or maybe lift up onto both feet. Release the arms or don't. Take the arms up to overhead or don't. And then if you want to hold on back to the knees and try to straighten the legs out a little bit just to see what that feels like. Maybe once you get there, you can release your hands and then come on over onto your back, okay? I'm going to move you closer to me because I left you on the table. Come to me, friends. Everybody doing okay? All right, so you should have your strap nearby, okay? Have your strap nearby. We're going to start in Apanasana. So lie on your back, bring your knees in towards your chest, rock side to side. You can have your hands under your thighs if the flexion of the knees doesn't feel good. Take a couple breaths here through an open mouth. So breathe in and out. Again, in and out. All right, now grab your strap. And we're going to do Supta Padangusthasana. So place your strap around the top of that right foot. Draw the knee toward the shoulder to plug the head of the leg bone in. And then press the heel forward out to a diagonal. Get the leg nice and straight. So if you feel like you need a shoulder stretch, you can reach your arms up real high on the strap and give yourself a little shoulder stretch. And then eventually slide those elbows down. Press out through the heel of the foot. If you notice your knee is bent, lower it down, straighten it out, and then lift it up only as long as it stays straight. A nice stretch in that hamstring. All right. If you want to extend your left leg long, a little stretch in that hip flexor, and then put your left hand on your left hip to try to keep your pelvis bones pointing up toward the sky, and then take your right leg out to the right side. Keep pressing out through the heel of your foot. If you've rotated and your butt cheek on that left side has popped up, kind of realign, get the pelvis level, and take that level. Oh, and with that SI instability, it's going to feel better if you bend that left leg and take the left leg out to the knee out to the left side to give a little bit more even weight on your sacroiliac joint. All right, lift that leg back up with the strength of your muscle. With SI instability, cross your legs over each other so that you're, again, trying to keep the balance of each side more even. Or you can, if you don't have that instability, go ahead and straighten your leg down And cross your right leg over top of your left leg, allowing the pelvis to lift up this time on that right side. The instability, probably want to keep both hip points, the back of the pelvis connected to the earth, and just get that nice stretch across the outer thigh. Press out through the heel of the foot, and you'll feel a big stretch all along the racing strip of that leg. So there's 2 ways to do it. Probably a million ways to do it. We'll lift that leg back up, swap legs out. So either keep the right foot connected to the earth with the knee bent, or extend it long. So first, that left knee comes over toward the left shoulder to plug the head of the leg bone in, and then extend the leg long as it stays straight. Lift it high. Slide your hands down. Your elbows rest on the floor. Now, what happened to your right leg if you've extended it? Is it floppy, or can you remember to keep pressing out through the heel of that foot? Press that leg down toward the earth to strengthen that right leg as well. If you have the instability, bend the right knee, take the right leg out to the right side, left leg out to the left side. And if your SI joint, your sacroiliac joint is fine, just go ahead and keep that right leg straight. So that's stretching the inner thigh all the way down through the back of the knee. Try to keep the hip points facing the ceiling. And then use the strength of your leg to take it the other way. Cross the legs under each other and keep the pelvis rooted to the earth if you have instability. But if not, go ahead and lower that leg long, lift the left hip up, keep pressing out through the heel of the foot, get that nice stretch across the outside edge of your thigh and calf, connecting and rooting, grounding that left shoulder to the earth as well. Good. And then come back to center. Take the strap off for a moment. Give yourself a hug, a little lower back massage. Nice. Good. All righty. Now we're going to tick-tock here for some core strength. So flex your feet. Lift your shins up parallel to the earth. And if you know that that's not going to work for you, just do one leg at a time. All right. Take your arms out to a T. Draw the belly in. Push your knees away from you just a little bit to really challenge the core. If your back arched up, then bring your knees back in a little bit because your core's not wanting to hold your legs out that far. You want to have a nice, natural, normal curve. Now, tick-tock to the right, come to about 1 or 2 o'clock. Extend the top leg, so press out through the heel of the foot. We've already stretched that leg, so it should do that. And then bend it, come back to center. Keep that core strong. Don't let the back overarch. Tip over, tick-tock to 10 or 11. Extend the top right leg. Back to center, tick-tock back to center, and then go toward the right. Extend the top leg. Lower it back down, back to center. Full breath in. As you exhale, tick-tock to 10. Extend the top leg. Let's do one more time each way. Have your knees drawn back in towards your chest. Are you able to maintain that 90-90? And then go to the other side. Good. And give yourself a hug. Release that belly. Circle the ankles, one direction, then the other. And lower the feet back down to the floor. Going to extend right leg, left knee, right leg, left arm up toward the sky, and then switch. Switch. And switch. Now you've got options here. You can stay right here with what you're doing, or you can lift the leg up toward the sky, reach the arm up overhead. And you can keep on doing what you're doing here, or you can, instead of lifting your leg toward the sky, point it down toward the wall, down toward the short end of the mat. I got one more option for you. You can keep the other leg lifted up off the earth as well, like you're doing the TikTok, the reverse tabletop, but you're keeping one foot up off the floor all the time. So you got 4 different ways of doing this opposite arm leg movement, but they all require the same muscles. So you want to keep that core strong. One more time each way. Good. And then give yourself a hug. Make some circles with those ankles. And then lower the feet back down to the floor. Let's do a nice full body stretch. Stretch out those abdominal muscles. Oh, core strength is so important, like Katie was saying, for balance and hip stability. Really got to work that core. All right. So speaking of the core, we're going to do our bridging with a little bit of marching. So let's do bridge first. So the heels are as close to the buttocks as is comfortable for your knees. Snuggle your shoulder blades under your back and bring your robot arms so your palms are facing each other across your torso. Bear the weight on the heels of the feet. Press the backs of the arms and the heels into the earth. Posterior pelvic tilt. So flatten out your lumbar spine first, and then lift the hips and torso. Isometrically send your shins forward to fire up the hamstrings. Let's just get a really good bridge in here first. And now squeeze the glutes, squeeze the muscles around the sitting bones. Lower that back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Press the arms to heels, flatten the lumbar spine, lift the hips and torso, squeeze the muscles around the glutes, and release. 1 more time. Arms, feet, lower back, lift. Send the shins forward. Squeeze the sitting bones. And release. Now this time we're going to lift up half the distance you went before. So press the backs of the arms to heels, flatten out the lumbar spine, and lift halfway up. Now draw the belly in deeply, all right? So your core is really strong and stable. And you're either going to just lift each heel one at a time, or if you can, maintaining a nice stable pelvis, lift 1 foot just a couple inches off the earth. It's not a big march. It's a tiny, stabilized little subtle movement. And you're going to feel the core really working hard here. If you can reach your arms forward and take your arms out of the equation, it's going to create a little more challenge for that core. Let's do 2 more each side. Nice. Good. And then good. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a little hug. Rock back and forth. Knees into the chest. Release that core. Well done. Okay. Roll over onto tabletop now. So make sure you've got your knees taken care of. Okay. Everybody doing all right? I got a thumbs up. Good. Let's all meet in cat-cow. So when you get yourself situated, meet in cat-cow. And can you curl the toes under if the feet aren't having a fit today? If they are, keep the tops of the feet down. All right, with cat-cow and a beautiful flow, we exhale as we draw the belly in, send those back ribs up, tuck the chin. As you inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, really stretch those abdominal muscles. Exhale, draw the belly in, round that back body, send the tailbone down. And as you inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, broaden out through your collarbones. A couple more of these beautiful cat-cows. Wonderful flexion, extension of the spine. Next time you're in that rounded cat, can you sink the hips down towards your heels? And as you inhale, thread your head through your hands and lift the heart into cow. Exhale, round into cat, sink the hips towards the heels. Inhale, thread the head through the hands, lift up into cow. With the breath now, this dancing cat-cow. With the breath, exhale, cat. Sink, inhale, cow. One more. Nice flowy movement. Connecting with your breath. Good. All right, come back to your neutral table. Extend your right foot back behind you. Do a little calf stretch. So push the heel of the hand into the earth. Send the heel back toward the earth. Feel that nice stretch. Lift the, keep the toes connected to the floor, but try to press your back of your thigh bone up toward the sky. And you'll really accentuate that stretch. All right, come back to neutral. Draw the energy up that back leg. Lift it up no higher than the hip. Cross it over your left foot. Lower the toes down to the earth. Press your hands into the floor to lengthen the spine, then gently turn your gaze toward those back right toes, looking over your left shoulder, stretching through the right side body. Come back to center, draw the energy up that leg again, lift it back behind you. Stay here or reach your left arm forward into spinal balance. Palm faces toward the midline, thumb is up, and stay here or take them out to a diagonal. So the right leg goes out to the right, left arm goes out to the left, come back to center, and one more diagonal press. Good. And then bring the knee down, shake the hips, come up on the knees. Give your wrist a little circle, little shake. All right, and let's do the other side, okay? So come back to your tabletop, wag the tail, get yourself situated, and send your left foot back into a calf stretch. So press the heel of the hands in, press the heel of the foot down toward the earth. Really press the toes into the earth as you lift the back of the thigh bone up. Good. Release that stretch, draw the energy up the leg, lift it no higher than the hip behind you, and then cross it over your right foot. Press the hands into the earth to lengthen the spine, and then gently take your eye gaze over towards your toes behind you and feel the stretch in the left side body. Nice. Release that, bring the leg back behind you, come to bird dog. So either keep your right hand connected or spider finger walk it in front of you. Fingers can stay connected to the earth or lift them up. Palm facing the midline, thumb is up. And then if you'd like to try that diagonal move, arm goes out to the side and back to center. Arm and leg both go out to the side and back to center. Good. Bring the knees together, take them deeply apart, and shift down into your version of child's pose, whatever that looks like today. And keep it an active child's pose. So the arms are extended long, head comes between the upper arms, up on spider fingers. Really hollow out through those armpits. Find the breath in the back body. Let the breath even out. Good. All right, now press back up into a tabletop and walk your hands one paw print forward. Curl the toes under and then shift the hips forward into a low plank. Shoulders should be stacked directly over your wrists. Now you can stay right here as you press the hands into the earth and slide the shoulder blades down the side ribs. Draw the belly in and up. You can stay right here or curl the toes under, lift the knees into a high plank. Lower the knees down, shift back into an extended puppy pose. And then we'll do that one more time. So you choose if you're going to hinge forward, roll over the tops of the knees into low plank, making sure the shoulders stacked right over the ankles, or curl the toes under, lift the knees, nice long board. Good. You got it. Couple more breaths. Nice. And then press back again into child's pose. Keeping your arms extended and up on spider fingers, keep the arms shoulder distance apart and walk them over toward the right side. And walk your left fingertips just a half inch further to really accentuate that stretch on the left side of your body. Come back to center. Spider finger walk the other direction. Walk those right fingers a ½ inch further to get that really big stretch on the right side of the body. And back to center again. And in your own way, lift back up onto your knees. Just gonna do a quick little gate pose, all right? So we're on the knees, we're rooting down through that right side. Extend your left leg out to the left side. Reach the arms up overhead, get taller and longer. Feel really strongly rooted onto that right side. Lower the left hand down and crescent over toward the left. So you're reaching and lengthening from your hip to the rib, not collapsing into that other side body. Come to a T, and then bring your hand over towards your right leg, and then just crescent over that direction. So you got a nice long line from fingertip to heel. And back to center, both arms overhead, hands to the hips. We're going to hinge from the hip crease. Keep the spine long and bring the hands down to the earth for a big stretch in the inner thigh. Try to keep the hips level, so you're not lifting that left hip out to the side. Try to keep the hip points facing down. Feel that nice stretch in the inner thigh. Couple breaths here. What's happening to your teeth, your grimace, and smile? There it is. Okay, bring that hand back. Lift back up to both knees. Shake out anything that needs to be shaken out and send your leg out to the other side. This left side needs to be really rooted down as you reach the arms up overhead. Full breath in. Lower your right hand down, crescent over to the right. Good. Back to center. Lower that left hand down to your left side and crescent over that direction. Good. If it's too much on the shoulder, the arm can always stay at goal post. And that's perfectly acceptable. It's all acceptable, whatever works in your body, right? Hands come back to the hips, hinge forward, send the sitting bones back, bring the fingertips in the direction of the earth. Feel that nice stretch in the inner thigh. You always keep in mind if you got a nice, Katie, great modification, beautiful. That's exactly what you should be doing. Okay, one more breath. And lift back up, and we'll all come to standing now. Whatever way works best for you. And have your blocks in the front of your mat. Okay. Good. How's that foundation feeling? Good and connected? I can't see my head. All right, let's do a little loose coats, please. Just to kind of release, we did a lot of core strengthening. So this is a practice that is just a real general, all joints, most muscles. Good thing to do when you can't think of anything in particular that you want to focus on. This is a good, well-rounded practice. All right, slow that down, shake it out. All right, you got your blocks in front? I'm going to face you actually. Let's do our pranam, bowing forward. And if you could think about something that you're grateful for right now, and think about bowing forward in gratitude. All right, so there's an intention of this bowing forward. All right, so just place your hands on your heart for a moment. Catch your breath. Settle into your foundation. Get your Tadasana beautiful and perfect. Think of something or someone for whom you're really grateful. So take the arms up overhead, gather up all that gratitude. As you exhale, bow forward in that gratitude. Come halfway up, press the hands into the thighs, lift the heart. Exhale, bow forward. Bend the knees a lot Hands can come on the thighs to press up or on the hips with the elbows back. Rooting through your feet, come to standing. And then gather all that gratitude again. Inhale, exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift the heart. Exhale, deepen the bow. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Come up to whatever way works best for you. Inhale, gather gratitude. Exhale, bow forward in that gratitude. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, deepen the bend. Bend the knees a lot. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Palms together, lower the hands back down to the heart. Shift the weight to the heels of your feet. Isometrically draw your legs toward each other and lengthen the tailbone toward the heels as you bend the knees and sink the hips into chair pose. Press the hands in toward each other to activate the muscles of the arms. Draw the belly in and up, keep the core lifted. Lengthen your spine and then gently twist toward the left, right elbow coming to left knee. Come back to center, use that core, and then gently twist the other direction. Back to center again. Press the feet into the earth, straighten the body, reach the arms up overhead, palms together, hands down to the heart. Find your breath. We're going to be doing lunge. We're going to be going high lunge to low lunge. So if you know your knee is going to, if you don't want to do low lunge, you don't have to do low lunge. Okay. If you're going to do low lunge, make sure your knee is cushioned. So you would want to put a blanket where your knee is going to land. And if you're going to be doing high lunge, just use your chair or your blocks. And then we are going to do a little twist with it. All right, so make sure you feel balanced, or don't do the twist if your balance isn't feeling right today. If you have SI instability, not a good idea to do a twist and lunge. So you may want to really just kind of barely take that leg back. All right, for lunge, because it's a very asymmetrical pose. All right, so be super mindful of that. All right, so come to the fronts of your blocks. If you're going to lower the knee, then have the blanket behind you. Full breath in as you reach the arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Bring your left foot between the blocks. Send your right foot behind you to whatever level is right for you today. Make sure your blanket's in the right place. All right, let's really get this lunge beautiful. So knee is stacked over ankle. Isometrically send your shin forward. Lift that back thigh bone up. Full breath in here, stay here, or as you exhale, tap the knee down. Inhale, lift the leg back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. This time as you tap, hold it there. Keep the right hand connected to the block. Left hand comes to the hip. Roll the elbow back. Twist toward that left leg. If you're staying with that leg up, the leg can stay up. Good. Twist back towards center. If your knee is down, lift it back up and send the back foot forward. Hands on the thighs or hips to lift up. Root down through your feet, come to standing. Inhale the arms overhead to lengthen the spine back up. Palms together, hands down to your heart. Find your breath. Other side, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, halfway lift, hold on to the blocks. Frame the right foot, send the left foot back into lunge. All right, so knee stacked over ankle, foot isometrically slides forward. Back thigh bone lifts. Stay here, get light on the fingertips if you can. And if you choose to lower the knee, exhale, lower the knee. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. This time as we lower, stay there. Left hand stays on the block, right hand to the hip, elbow presses back, twist towards the right. If you choose to keep the leg lifted, keep the leg lifted, your choice. and then twist back to center. If the knee is lowered, lift it back up, send the back foot forward, come up in whatever way works for you. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, hands down to the heart. Mind your breath. Nice. All right, shake it out. Now let's move the blocks and the blanket off. Okay, we're going to come to do some goddess work, stretching out through the hip joint. So this is a symmetrical pose. So this should work for SI instability. All right. So take your feet about as wide or a little wider than the mat, and the feet are pointed at 45 degrees. Tailbone lengthens down toward the floor, the heels, without tucking. All right. So you still maintain that natural curve. And let's start in star pose. So the arms are out to the side. Palms are facing down. Plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder. Find your breath here. And then let's bend the elbows, palms facing forward. Again, keep those shoulders rolled back. Full breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees, tracking them over the feet. Come to goddess. We're going to move from goddess to star 3 times with the breath. So inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Bring your hands onto the thighs. Keep the knees bent. Going to take that right shoulder to the left knee. Get a stretch across the back QL. Center and other side. Good. Center, straighten the knees, shake the legs out. We're going to do one more thing here in this goddess squat. Hands on the hips, squat the knees. Then we're going to hinge from the hip crease. If you need your hands on your thighs, that's fine. If you can keep your hands over on your hips and use your core strength, hinge it forward. You're going to really feel that big stretch in the inner thighs. Lift back up. Exhale, hinge forward. And lift. Last one, hinge forward. Good. Nice. And lift. Straighten the knees. Heel toe walk the feet back to center. Shake the legs out. You should have felt a lot going on in those quads. All right. I probably didn't need to tell you that. All right. Place one block in front of you or 2, depending on when we do wide forward fold, what level you're going to want to be at. Okay. All right, hands on the hips, take a nice wide stance. Start with that left foot, turn the left toes toward the short end of the mat, and kick your right heel back. Collarbones face forward as long as the knees feel happy. Tailbone lengthens toward the floor, full breath in, tall. Exhale, bend to that front knee, sweep the arms out to the side, plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder so the back body engages. Turn the head, chin parallel, look over those left fingertips. Warrior 2. Turn the palms facing the front. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, bring that right palm to the left hand and pull that archer's string back. Inhale, exhale, palm to palm. Inhale, pull the string back one more time. Pull and open. Hands to the hips. Straighten the front knee. All right, straighten the front knee. Turn the torso toward the earth, toward the front left thigh. You okay, Mary Lee?
Yeah.
Hinge.
Sorry, I'm late.
Okay. Hinge forward or forward a quarter. Okay. Quarter fold, and then bring the hand, the left hand either stays on the thigh or comes to the inside edge of the thigh, and use that to help open the heart forward. Roll the shoulder back, elbow presses back behind you. Stay right here in triangle or slide your right thumb up your side body, reach the arm up overhead. One more breath. Good. Lower your right hand back down, take a bend to the front knee, straighten back up, turn your toes facing forward. From your hip crease, hinge forward, bring the hands to your blocks and wobble your pelvis. Keeping the legs pretty straight, just send the pelvis gently side to side. Feel that? It's a nice slow movement so you can feel the stretch in the inner thighs. All right, hands come onto the thighs, press back up, heel to walk your feet back to center, shake your feet out, shake everything out. Do a little dance. Okay, and then let's go to the other side. Those feet. All right, nice wide stance, hands on the hips, roll the shoulders back. Left toes turn toward the front end of the mat, kick the back heel back. If this is where your hips need to face, keep them facing that way. But if you can bring the twist from the ribs and bring the collarbones facing the long front edge of your mat, full breath in as that tailbone lengthens, take a bend to that front knee. Sweep the arms out to the side, plug the head of the arm bones in, keep your arms active. So this needs to be engaged. And turn your eye gaze over your right fingertips. Warrior two, strong and stable, connected. Turn the palms facing forward, do your bow and arrow. Exhale as palm comes together. Inhale, pull the arrow back. Exhale, palm to palm. Inhale, pull that string. One more time, exhale and inhale. Bring the hands to the hips, straighten the front knee, turn the torso facing that front right leg, hinge forward a quarter fold, right hand on the thigh, left elbow presses back as you open up toward the front. You can bring that hand to the inside edge of your right knee if you like. Slide the left thumb up the side body, reach it overhead if that's in your plan today. Try to lift up out of the side body, don't collapse into it. That's where the triangle is, your side body, your thigh, and your extended arm down below. One more breath. Good triangles, nice. Bring your hand back down, little gentle bend to the knee, press up. Toes face forward, hinge forward again, hands to the blocks. Allow the crown of the head to reach for the blocks if that's accessible. This is a calming pose. Then walk your hands over to the right. You can take the block with you. Center and left. Center, slightly bend the knees, bring the hands onto the thighs, lift up to standing, and heel toe walk your feet back to center. Shake it out. All right, and last thing we'll do standing is our tree pose, okay? All right, so you have a block or a wall or a chair, something to help you with your balance, okay? You in a good place? All right, shift your weight towards your balance prop. Let's pretend mine's right here. Come up on the ball of that opposite foot and turn the toes out to the side, the knee out to the side. All right, set your foundation on your standing grounded leg. Draw the belly in, shoulder blades draw together on the back, hands to the heart or one hand to the heart, one on the chair. Stay right here with your other foot connected to the earth, out far, in close, ankle, calf, wherever is right for you. Press your foot into the earth or your leg. Use that to help open that knee out to the side. And then play with your tree. Be that willow tree again, sitting by the pond or the lake. See if you can wave your branches, even just a little bit. Okay to wobble, let go of the stories. And stay connected to your tree. Use your breath. Stay focused on the breath. One more branch. Good. And then we'll lower that down. Shake that standing foot out. And we'll go to the other side. Shift your weight to the standing leg. Up on the ball of the opposite toe, turn that leg out to the side. Maybe this standing leg feels different and it wants the support of your other leg. That's fine. But if you want to lift the foot up, lift it up. Play with your branches, maybe even think about doing something entirely different. Hands back behind you, hands on your hip or pelvis. Elbows pressed back. Maybe you want to swing your arms side to side. Oh, that's a challenge. How about closing your eyes for a second? Whew. Nope. Yeah, that never works for me. Or looking up toward the clouds, reaching for the clouds. Good. And release that. Shake it out. Okay. Let's see what we've got next. Go ahead and let's get down onto our backs again. Okay. That was graceful, Pauline. I caught you just in time. Okay, go ahead and, you know what, are you still sitting? Good, let's do a little bit of Dandasana. All right, so sit with your legs straight out. And grab and have your strap nearby. Is that too much trouble to get your strap now? We have a little more time than I thought, so we never get to do this. So sit on blankets or sit on your block, whatever you need to do to get tall, and lasso your feet with your strap. We've done some really good hamstring stretches today, so let's take advantage of that. So lassoing the feet, hold on to the feet, lift your heart, roll the shoulders back, and just this posture here might be enough. All right, if you're able to, with a straight spine, hinge forward, even 1/4 of an inch. Start to keep the heart lifted. Don't collapse into it. Keep the spine long. Keep pressing the strap into the foot and the feet into the strap. Lift back up, full breath in, and then exhale, hinge forward again. Good. Nice. Lift back up, move the strap, and we're going to do Ardha Mastrayandasana. So bend the right knee and hold on to that right shin. Katie, keep your legs on the same side, okay? For SI instability. So stay right here if your joints are a little off today. If you're okay, cross the right leg over the left leg. And then we're going to do an open twist. So reach the left arm up overhead, lengthen, and then gently twist toward the left, bringing that left hand to your side hip. Keep pressing out through that left heel too. Toes are lifted and spread. Yeah, this is good for sciatica. Reach the arm up overhead, come back to center, and let's do Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together. Hold on to the shins, the knees, the ankles, whatever accessible. Lengthen the spine. Press the feet in toward each other as you lift the knees up slightly. Press, 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 press. Engage those inner thighs and then relax the legs, let them release. One higher than the other, are they balanced? Let's do that again. Press, 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 press the feet. Press, 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 press. Full breath in, relax the pressure on the feet, let the knees release. All right. Extend the right leg long, bend the left knee, and hold on to that onto the shin with your hands. Press out through the heel of that right leg. Lift and lengthen. Keep the leg on the same side or cross it over. Reach the right arm up overhead. Lengthen, engage the core, and then twist toward the right. Screen's not stuck. Reach the arm up overhead, come back to center, lower the arm down. Uncross the legs, shake them out. And now we'll slide down into Shavasana. Okay? I mean, into constructive rest, not Shavasana yet. When you lie back, first thing I want you to notice is your release. Where does your body just kind of say, ah, ah. I'm gonna take a minute to just settle in, allow the pelvis to feel heavy. And take a few breaths in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Full body stretch. Circle the ankles, circle the wrists. Good. Lower the arms, bend the knees. Let's do a figure four. So bring that left foot, flex the foot, put it on the right ankle. Do a little bit of pelvic tilting here. So flatten out your lumbar spine. See if that gives you any sensation in that left hip as you press the knee away from you. So use your muscle energy to press the knee away from you, especially as you lower the lumbar spine into a posterior pelvic tilt. And you should feel sensation in that left hip. If by chance you don't, and you're looking for more sensation, you can lift the right foot up and hold on to the back of the right thigh and draw the figure four in toward your chest for a different sensation. It's not the same sensation as the posterior pelvic tilt, because now you're in a really deep tilt. It kind of switched it around. If you want to lift your right leg up toward the sky, make some circles with your ankle. Hamstrings should feel long and stretchy today. And that might help lower back pain too, if you have some of that because your hamstrings are tight. Good. Now, can you just cross your left leg over your right leg? Flex both feet, take your knees away from each other and give yourself a little belly compression right there. And that's going to get the outer hip. Good. Uncross the legs, lower the feet to the floor, rock the knees side to side. And then we'll go to the other side. Okay. We're going to take that right foot, flex it, place it on the left knee. Muscle energy presses the knee away from you. You might feel some sensation just through that action. And then as you posterior pelvic tilt, lower the lumbar spine down toward the floor, you may feel even more sensation in that right hip. Keep that foot flexed just to support the knee. And then if you're looking for a different sensation, you can lift the left foot up off the floor, thread your hand through the opening, grab the back side of your thigh and draw that in towards your chest. Maybe lift the left leg up toward the sky, point and flex, make some circles with the ankle, write your name in cursive, cross the T's and dot the I's. And one more breath. Bend the knee, cross the right leg over the left leg, flex the feet, separate the feet away from each other and draw it into your chest. If that doesn't feel good, you can keep your feet on the floor. But you knew that. And then uncross the legs, nice full body stretch. Beautiful. Oh, that feels good. All right. And then knees into the chest. We're going to do, in honor of Debbie Martin, we're going to do her core strengthener. All right, so you have options. One is to keep the feet on the floor, draw the right knee into the chest, extend it long, bring it back into the chest and set it down. All right, that's option one. You're just bringing one knee at a time into the chest, lengthening it as much as you can and lowering it down. The other option is to pick both feet up, hold on to one knee, draw it into your chest, extend the right leg long. Now you can slowly lower it down to the earth. If that doesn't feel good, you can always just tap it, right? And then bring that knee back into your chest and then switch. So now your arms are around the right leg. Left leg lifts, left leg taps or lowers to the ground, left leg into the chest, and switch. Put your arms around the left leg. Okay, so we're going to do this with the breath. You ready? Find your breath. Your next inhalation, lift your right leg long. Exhale, right leg lowers. Inhale, right knee to chest. Exhale, switch your arms, holding on to the right leg. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left leg lowers. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, switch. Breathe in, leg up. Breathe out, leg down. Breathe in, knee to chest. Breathe out, switch. Breathe in, right, left leg lifts. Exhale, lowers. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, switch. Now just do a couple on your own. Very meditative movement. All right, finish up the round with the feet back on the floor when you're done. Okay, 2 more poses. Bring the left knee into the chest and take the left knee in the direction of the left shoulder. Hold on to the underside of your thigh and keep it pressed into your belly. Keep the knee and the thigh exactly where it is and just lift the foot toward the sky. So your knee's at a 90-degree bend, your ankle's at a 90-degree bend, your foot is as if you're standing on the ceiling. This is called a supine lunge. The right leg can stay right where it is with the knee bent, or if you want a nice psoas stretch, extend the right leg long, press out through the heel of the foot, and then reach the right arm up overhead. Keep using your hand under your left leg to draw it more toward your shoulder until you feel something that feels like a really good stretch for you. Don't compromise pressing it down to, because you want to keep that 90-degree angle in your knee. One more breath. Lower that foot down. We'll switch sides. So now the right knee comes in the direction of the right shoulder. Hold on to the underside of the right thigh. Walk it over towards your shoulder. Keep the thigh close to the belly and just lift the foot. Keep your left leg where it is or extend it long to the short end of your mat. Reach the left arm out to the side or up overhead. Beautiful. Really nice. Okay, lower that down. And now, if you want, you are all warmed up to do happy baby. So bring both knees into your chest, take them in the direction of each shoulder, keep the thighs near the belly, hands under the thighs to start, and just lift the feet. You can stay right here or bring the arms to the inside of your knees and hold on to your shin, your ankle, or the pinky toe side of your foot. And then rock side to side if you like. Nice. Beautiful, guys. Serve a cup of tea on those feet. All right, now go ahead and do your prana response. Listen to your body, see what it still needs. Honor your body with whatever it's asking for still. And then once I see everybody settled into their Shavasana, I've got a perfect poem to end this connection class called The Sangha by Donna Falls. As our community is connected, we're a Sangha. Take a couple of nice breaths in through the nose, out through an open mouth. Let's release any lingering tension. And remember that if you want to stay in Shavasana for a lot longer, you are so welcome to do that. Okay, looks like you're all settled in. This is Sangha by Donna Falls. Teach me what I cannot learn alone. Let us share what we know and what we cannot fathom. Speak to me of mysteries, and let us never lie to one another. May our fierce and tender longing fuel the fire in our souls. When we stand side by side, let us dare to focus our desires on the truth. May we be reminders, each for the other, that the path of transformation passes through the flames. To take one step is courageous. To stay on the path day after day, choosing the unknown and facing yet another fear, that is nothing short of grace. And I also see that as embracing vulnerability. Begin to come back into the space with your breath, enjoying a full, nourishing breath in, the long, slow exhalation out. Remember to stay with your breath throughout the course of the rest of the day, remembering 2 or 3 big breaths every hour is going to make a big difference in your day. Come back to your physical body, wiggling fingers and toes. Turning your head side to side. Bending your knees, rocking them side to side. Really a nice full body stretch if that would feel good for you. And just see if you can't notice any changes in your body, changes in your mindset, changes in your breath. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your favorite side and take a second for gratitude. Come back to that intention you set before we did our pranam and what you were grateful for, and then carry that off the mat into the rest of your day as well. Pressing the hands into the earth, coming to that comfortable seat, bringing the hands to the heart. And know that all the light and love in my heart honors that same light in each of yours. Bow your head to honor your own practice.